welcome to Matt on Foil.
So welcome to part 2 of the big Parawing comparison. You've seen part 1, you've seen I'm an average foiler, and this is, out of my perspective, average foiler, average Parawing. Even though with some that were difficult, I got better a little bit. So let's just start with the Flysurfer POW. I got the 5 meter this time, and you might have seen the video where I tried this race, and it was not too good, and I still had some problem jibing, but then I talked to some people and they helped me with the technique, so I got a little bit better. And the POW, whether that be 4 or 5 meters, it is powerful. It is, the POW does not stand for powerful, but it should. It's still got that huge bar, and it is just so much to the front of the wind window that it pulls you forward. And even though you're overpowered, with a harness, you can really just move that Parawing to the front. The lines are still super long, 2 meters and 20 centimeters. So that's way more than my arm span. But still, this thing is amazing. It flies amazing. And for the jibes, you really need to break it a little bit, so it goes back deeper into the wind window, and then like stall it and steer. That way I can jibe it a little more. I would want to keep that Parawing just as a backup. When I'm downwinding and the wind would drop, I would take this guy out, and this will get me back to shore for sure, or back upwind, because it's a super good upwind. So the Flysurfer POW, amazing Parawing, and I really got the hang of it. If they could shorten the bar, because as you can see, it is huge, that would be super cool for downwind as well. Also shortening the lines, but then it might impact the performance. So that's what it is. I love this guy, even though I had to curse a lot. So that's just what it is. That's the POW. Now, let's continue with the Freefly from Elements. And I got the 3.8 and the 4.8, which they say correspond to a 4 and a 5 meter of other brands. And I really had some trouble with it. It's really not my favorite thing. They gave me a harness line that came with it. For me, also not the best, because it's super heavy. It's like heavier than other brands' bars, but also they gave me a pouch with it, and let me just take it out here. And that one is actually phenomenal, not only because it's got a harness hook on, but also it's got this hook knife. So safety wise, you're all set up with this thing. When I went out, I usually had that thing on, and there was never a Parawing that actually escaped like last time. So this is pretty cool. Also, you have this little thing where you can lock so it doesn't come off just by accident. So that's really cool thing. The Parawings on the other side, yes, I know they're V1, so maybe they have some V2s coming and they might be better, but these guys, they are twitchy. The low end is really not that great, and they said that they should go upwind quite well. For me, that didn't happen, or they were not better than other ones. So if you're well powered, you can fly them, or I can fly them. Maybe you can fly them. Maybe it's just my inability, my technique. But let's say for a beginner, maybe early average or early intermediate rider, those are not easy. So I would not recommend that if you were starting to Parawing. That's just that. The pouch on the other hand, I think 80 bucks. That's a good thing. So you should get that. What's a lot better, as you might have guessed, is the Frigate from FOne. The Frigate comes with this harness, and it is amazing. It is super light, and I actually put it on all other Parawings just so I could have a little pause on my arms, and the Frigate is amazing. The bar, the low end is maybe not as good as some other ones, but it's a very good all-arounder. Easy to steer, goes well upwind. The bar is small enough, light enough. The lines are not too long. So if you were to start Parawinging and you're not sure which one to take, I would highly recommend the FOne, even though it is on the pricier side. But it just looks good, well thought through. Also, it's Gav's favorite, so that's pretty cool. So it's not just me, it's also him. And it actually, on my list, it is number 1. if you go on uponfoil.com, I have a little page where you can see all the measurements. I measured every bar, I weighed every Parawing, every bar. I measured how long the bridles are, how thick the front, the leading edge is, and whatnot. So you can find that there. FOne, highly recommend it. Easy to fly as well. Let's continue with another Parawing with the Ala DW downwind from Sabfoil. Sabfoil, the 4 meter. Honestly, I have never heard of it before, so I was lucky to get it. And it flies quite all right. What is pretty difficult is the bar management. And the bar is not super long, but not super short either. But as you can see, when I'm actually riding, or even before riding, like taxiing, you have to tilt the bar a lot. So I don't know what it is. Maybe I should have adjusted the B lines a little bit, but you know, I wanted to use it as it came. Also, what bothered me a little bit, maybe it was just a mental thing, but you can see here while I was riding in the middle, it folded quite ugly, I would say. I don't know how much that impacts performance, but it just looks not nice. So yes, you can easily go upwind with that. You can go downwind as well. Maybe not that much a low end grunt, but it's a decent Parawing as well. Then let's talk about the difficult one, the F2, because it got recommended to me, and as soon as I had it, someone said, well, you have to adjust the bridles. And I was like, I don't have time for that. Maybe I will have to do that, but right now, not really, because I just wanted to get on the water and want to try it as it comes. But you can always like change a little thing here to make it better, but if you buy one, that's what you get. What really was weird for me was the bar. It looks like a kite bar, and I'm not sure why. It's not super comfortable either. It is a good beginner's Parawing, I would say though. It has a super low end grunt. If you just want to go downwind, that's a perfect Parawing for you. Yes, it goes upwind a little bit. It even goes upwind better than the North Ranger, at least for me. But it is so direct steering. If you brake it a little bit too much, or you want to kind of sheet in as I did with other ones, it brakes, it goes back into the window, and it just pulls you back. So that's what happened to me. As you can see here, other than that, if you just want to go downwind, it's a really good Parawing. If you want to use it on a skateboard, it's a super Parawing. And it's also quite cheap. And I actually had to buy a couple of these Parawings. A couple of other ones were sent to me by brands or shops. So this one I had to buy, and I'm trying to sell it. So 400 bucks if you're into a downwinder Parawing with super low end grunt, where you can go upwind as well. Hit me up in the comments, you might get that one. Another Parawing I was super surprised with is the PT Skin from 777. And it is so light. As you can see here, it is super light. Also, the bar has its own harness already on the bar, which is nice, but also sometimes the bridles get tangled there. Like if I take it out here, no, now it's good. And it always gets twisted, as you can see. So I always had to hold it. You cannot really adjust the length because it's spliced here. For me, it worked just barely. I would have liked it a little bit shorter. Also, the manufacturer said that I have to drill another hole a little bit further. He's gonna replace the bar because he says it's gonna be less twitchy. So let's see if that would actually be something. For me, I wasn't bothered that much by the twitchiness. Yes, it was a little bit twitchy when it's got windy, but still, I used the Parawing when I needed to go back upwind. Also, the low end is pretty good. Also, it is quite cheap. I mean, it's priced at, it's like a little more than 600 Swiss francs, which is not really, but almost half the price of the Frigate, and that's impressive. As it is super light, it's a really nice pack. You can pack it down really easily, but I'm not sure how it is about the longevity with these super light materials. And in a year, if I still have it, I'm gonna make another video and tell you what actually happened. But this one actually I recommend for you to use. Also, not super expensive and very good. And if we talk about price, the best bang for the buck, as you might have guessed, is the Gong. The Lowkite Plus, I think it's even less. It's like 400 bucks. So it's really well priced, and it's a very good entry-level Parawing as well. It is very nice to fly upwind. It's got maybe a little less low-end grunt than other ones, but other than that, it's easy to steer. It goes upwind. The material is pretty thick, but that doesn't bother me that much. You can still stow it away okay. What I don't like too much about this one is the color coding of the lines, because one is like this neon yellow, the other ones are white, and it's not super easy to see at first glance which ones are which, but other than that, it's pretty good. Also, pretty long bar, so that's not super easy to stow, but other than that, really good Parawing. And also, you can see it quite well. If you are in like darker waters, you see it very well, and that's super important, I think, for safety-wise. Comes in this little bag, nothing too special, but Gong, again here, delivered. Now, let's talk about this guy here, the Paia. I wanted to do a review, and I've got the 5.3, so really big Parawing, but I cannot make a review quite yet. I had it out for 2 sessions, maybe an hour in total, and I flew for maybe 30 seconds. Not only because it needs a lot of wind to get it flying, but also the technique is different. So for that, I cannot make the review yet, so I'm gonna put it away. As for the two other ones that you saw in the intro, the double skin from 777 and the pocket wing, the one with the 2 handles, I'm not going to review then. One, the 777 double skin, the manufacturer said, don't even try it. It's not good that way. You have to like change bridles and whatnot. So I didn't even try. And the pocket wing, honestly, I would try that, yes, but only with, let's say, 30 plus knots and only going downwind. It looks really weird. So if you want to get into parawinging, or you have a Parawing and you want to get a new one, which is always a thing because V2s are better, or you're just not too happy with your V1, if you can, get your hands on, get the Frigate. And I want to shout out the mountain surf shop of Tizian Burgener. Amazing shop. They lent me this Parawing to use for this week here, so thank you very much. Comes with this really great harness. So if you can get your hands on one of these, get one because it's super cool. Also, the PT skin from 777, highly recommend. As I said, I'm not sure if this would hold for a year of heavy use. From the first test, and I had 18 different Parawings in my hands, not included the Paia, the double skin from BRM. These two are amazing. Also, this guy here, the Ensis Roger V2 is really cool. So like these 3 Parawings are on the top as the Kanaha, which I don't have here anymore. These are the 4 best Parawings from my point of view. If you are up for a challenge, then get the POW because it is super powerful. I would just put that in my backpack as a backup if the wind drops. So that's been it from this comparison here. If you have any more questions, hit me up in the comments or on Instagram. If you're a brand and you have a new Parawing coming out, or you just want me your Parawing to test, hit me up in the comments, hit me up on Instagram, and maybe we can make something happen. Thank you very much, Indiana, for this amazing board, the early bird. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you much for sharing, liking, asking questions about one of these Parawings, about the comparison, about how I actually compared it. Anything, I'm here for you, and I see you guys in the next one.